Big one. Landry finalizing a 5-year, let me get this right, Rich, $75.5 million. 75.5 ends in his pocket with the Browns, with $47 million of that guaranteed. Wow. That's a big deal.
That puts him higher paid than A.J. Green, Julio Jones. And those are some big names. And not that he doesn't deserve the money, but I also think this is a matter of right time, right place, because the Cleveland Browns needed production, especially at the wide receiver position. So I think for Landry, he came into this situation right time, right place. And listen, for Odell, he's got to be sitting back like...
Talk about
what's Odell thinking? So Odell wakes up this morning and what is he thinking?
So Odell was his college teammate. Odell is the same draft class.
They're super tight.
And they're super tight. And Jarvis just got, what, $16 million guaranteed over the next 5 years. And then you look around at these other guys. Mike Evans just got a 5-year, $82 million extension. Sammy Watkins, same draft class, far less production than Odell. 3 years, $48 million. Allen Robinson, Paul Richardson, all making more than Odell Beckham, same draft class this year. If you're Odell, you have to wake up and say, okay, look, another one here. Guy, like Giants, I have a case here. I have a... Meanwhile, if you're the Giants, Odell, it's not apples to apples. Jarvis Landry, it may be a different thing off the field than what Odell is, and we trust the fact, as a Cleveland Browns organization, that Jarvis Landry is our long-term future. Odell might want $20 million. We don't know what Odell wants. But for another receiver from that draft class, and there have been several this offseason, to get paid more than Odell Beckham, it is time for Odell to maybe look around and say, hey, what about me?
I would say candidly, Odell's like, this is my guy, this is my friend, I'm really happy for him. But I'm a better player than him. I'm a better player. I always have been a better player, and I should be a better paid player. I'm interested. We've talked about Jarvis Landry a lot. Reggie, since you haven't been here for it, he gets 100 catches like it's nothing. His stats are fantastic, but I do think there's a sentiment still that, like, is he still one of the top tiers? Is he a real number one?
He didn't have 1,000 yards last year.
Okay, that's great.
100 catches.
And yet here he has $47 million.
Yes.
So do you think he's a fantastic top-level player, or is great system, good numbers, but not a fantastic player necessarily?
Well, I think also you got to look at the nature of the situation he's in, right? When last season they had Jake Cutler, and then the year before that, Tannehill hasn't necessarily been that great, and he's still been able to produce. So I think what Cleveland is saying, that we got a guy that's 25 years old, he's young, he produces, he gets stats, numbers.
Edelman is 25, and he never made that kind of money.
Oh yeah,
Edelman has crazy numbers.
Well, that's because the Patriots don't pay anybody big money. I mean, they didn't pay Wes Welker big money. They don't pay guys big money over there. So I think, again, you go to look at Landry's situation, it's just a matter of right time, right place. Cleveland needed a guy like this so they can build around him.
I think Odell's happy when he wakes up. He's happy for his friend, and I think he knows he's going to get paid.
This is the market price now?
I think Aaron Rodgers woke up happy for Kirk Cousins getting all the guaranteed money, because if you do well, I'm going to do well. And I am a better receiver than you, so I can't wait for my payday.
And, you know, there's been these talk...
The Giants aren't happy this morning, probably.
Maybe not.
No, and there's all this talk that Odell... All right, now the trade, he's not going to be traded. That's what everyone says, right? Like, he's not going to be traded until he's traded. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the door is still open. The draft is coming up. Teams might make a move. Like, everyone's just assuming that, all right, it happened at the owners' meeting. I was one of them saying, if it happens, it's going to be this couple of days window when everyone's together. But Odell at $8.5 million for 1 year, does a team say, you know what, we're all in, Odell Beckham, let's get him on our team, and then let's figure out the contract? Because if the Giants aren't willing to pay him what he wants, there is still a chance that the Giants do not have Odell Beckham on the field this season, and he holds out. There's still that opportunity for that happening. So if you're the Giants, do you want something for nothing? Do you want to make it work with Odell? The fact he showed up is a great sign. Until that contract is signed, I'm not feeling like Odell 100% Giants is going to be just all, you know, kumbaya.
Do you have any idea what that timeline could be? Like, do you think it could go the entire season until he starts, you know, clapping back about it? How does that? We have no idea.
We don't know. It definitely could end up being one of those situations, though. Or
he busts out in the first 6 games of the season, has 8 touchdowns and 700 yards, and like, Odell, you've been awesome, let's sign him. I mean, they could do that too. It could go either way.
We don't know if he's even going to take the field without a contract, though. That's the thing. Does he show up?
He'll be there for the opener. I'll never believe him will miss the opener. They may not. He'll be there for the opener. You think he'll actually set out a game? I never believe that.
At $8.5 million a year after a career-threatening injury last season, he's going to take the field and say, okay, yeah, I'll just play again.
Last year.
Maybe not in the preseason. He'll be there for the opener. They always are. It's always a bluff. It's too punitive. You will never miss the opener. Le'Veon wouldn't miss it. Odell won't miss it.
I don't know about that. It's just
never.
This is a matter. The way Odell's looking at it, this is a matter of respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got all these other receivers, like you said, from his draft class that are higher paid than him, and he's head and shoulders above all those other guys.
We'll see how it all shakes out. A lot of wide receiver talk on the show this morning. You guys keep the tweets coming at #GMFB.